Hello, very dear one, and welcome to the Psychic Garden. I'm very happy to have you here. This message is going to be strong. I'm feeling it already, so I invite you to get comfortable. We're going to talk about the inner compass aspect in yourself, and I'll do a quick introduction right now and go straight to the reading. So, as I was saying, there are a lot of things wanting to come through. The energy is very strong, and this message is very important to simply get out right now and for you to receive. It's an important time for you to listen to this message and to find the ways you're moving through the world and what is inside of you that is moving you in which directions, and which ones of those do you want to follow and why. So these are questions that we are going to look into today. It's a strong, I feel the energy so strong, so I know that the messages will be strong. And I invite you to make the time for it, to take in the messages in a space that you feel comfortable for taking them in. This is how this is meant to be. So, let's see. Inner compass aspect. Please come forward to guide, to show us, to reveal the directions that you set forth for the lifetime of this being. Passion. This is beautiful, nice. Yeah. And movement. Wow. What a good balance also. Balance in colors, no? The combinations it's opposites in some way, but also a well integration of both sides. It's not a white-black type of opposite. It's an integration of opposites. And so you're looking for a way to integrate the different directions that your passion takes you in. And precisely these are these 4 directions in the movement card that we're going to look into. We're going to, as a compass is north, south, east, west, we're going to end the reading by looking into these directions. Yes, your passion, and here it's also with this, is you feel that you're a passionate person, and that your passion is pulling you in all directions. And this is just an internal feeling. It's not true. We are walking all in several directions at several times, and the fact that we decide to walk into one doesn't invalidate the fact that we might choose another direction in the future, or the choices from our past. And it's very important that you honor the passion that you have to walk into all these directions, and also honor the decision you make at every point in time to walk into a certain chosen direction. I see when there is passion, there is love. I mean, not if there's some unhealthy type of energy in you, right? But if you're doing the work, if you're cleansing your energy, and if you are in touch with your heart, like the motivations that come from your heart and not from your ego, like a mental striving, but a heart striving, then there is love. And this love the gives rise to a lot of beautiful movements in the world. So it's a good way, a good foundation for a compass, to have passion and movement. What could be more beautiful than that? Like, having love and movement is like the perfect starting point where you want to be. That therefore any direction that you go into, it's an exploration which will take you to, and those around you, to places that are full with joy in a sense of well-being. Because a passion that moves with the heart, when it does so, it cleans in the way all that is not needed. It consumes it, it transforms it, and it makes a beautiful place for our soul to reside in. This is what your inner compass is here for. Okay? So let's hear the messages from your inner compass. Please, guides, please, inner compass, reveal yourself. Page of Cups. I'm going to, wow, 2 pages already. To take all 9 cards now, because it's an integrated message of the information. 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and Empress. Yeah, I love this central energy. It makes a lot of sense. And, Devil, yeah. It had to come in, right, with the passion. Knight of Swords. 5 of Wands. Okay. And 7 of Swords. Okay. Wow. So I take all the information out in once, so it's a lot of information, and the task is now to integrate it. Okay, so you are in this page energy, which is a beautiful place to be when you walk in the world, always being open for the learning process to come in, always being curious and getting better. Know that you are always at a point of getting better at your crafts, at your the ways you interact with nature and with the material world. So you are in a process of how do you say, like, learning and trying and re-evaluating if your trials were the best ways to go, or if there are other ways to do these things. There's this double page, like you are doing this also in an environment which others are doing it. So I see the double page right now, that these 2 pages came together, that you are with people also enjoying this learning process. You are finding in others the reflection of the student, the seeing in the students, and also honoring the student part in themselves, because it's also the student part in others that teaches you most about yourself. So this is the way that you are called to move in the world right now, learning about a lot also about your intuition, your emotions, where you come from, all these experiences that have shaped you through life, that have shaped your intuition, and making your intuition, grounding it, learning how to ground it and how to relate your intuition with what happens in day-to-day life in the material realm. So this is from the cups to the earth energy. And precisely what I was saying about other people being in your surroundings doing this with you is here in the 3 of Pentacles also. How you are, when you bring the learning process to the material world, to how you collaborate with others with certain particular projects that have landed on a specific planning and building situation. This is also what your inner compass is here to tell you right now, how to decide who to collaborate with. And it's with the student's heart that you're going to be linked in the best way, because you're also honoring your own student heart, and you want to feel that you're in an environment which everyone is able to honor their own student heart and build from that. And yeah, starting to put things into action. So you are also at a point in which you are called from this passion to go into many directions. And this thing is, okay, choose one that is going to be collaborating with others and build from there. What's going to happen? You have a lot of curiosity of what would happen when you build in collaboration with others. It might be difficult to step into this environment and feel comfortable in an environment of trying to this teamwork out, but it's also a place where you will find a lot of growth. So it's important for you to make space for collaborations to happen in your life around you and in your projects. With the Ten of Cups, this is right now, it feels even like a sort of overwhelming energy. I feel it all in my body. It's you're kind of tired of the waves of ups and downs. This is what I feel right now. And you are very skilled at finding happiness in every up and down, but you also seem kind of tired of being the one who's always finding happiness in all situations. And yes, things are going in many directions around you and around us. They truly are. The world is going through such a fast process of transformation in every direction, in directions that are leading us to more well-being, but also in directions that are destroying our own well-being. And I feel the kind of overwhelm that someone feels that after many storms. Like you see the rainbow after many storms, you see the rainbow even in the storm, but you're also feeling overwhelmed from all these stormy situations in your heart and around you. But what your inner compass wants you to remember is that you can and will be finding more and more joy, even though the environment is calling you to lose hope. Like, oh no, nothing is working well. What's like people complaining around you, and your inner compass is telling you keep on finding the joy. And this is why. So right now it might be you might feel tired and you might feel like I don't want to keep finding the joy. I just want to release everything and let things evolve on their own and not have to project this joyful mind in everything. The thing is that you are skilled, and then whatever you do becomes natural for you. So you decide if you want to have joy in your life or not. And the way to find joy in your life is to start by seeing the little rainbows in the storm, then bigger rainbows in the storm, then the storm is a rainbow itself. How can you transform the reality around you? Not negate it, not how do you say, gaslight people around you saying, no, everything is all right. You have to be careful, everyone. We have to be careful of going into that direction when we try to find joy in every situation. But integrate the whole situation, acknowledge where the pain is, but also see how this pain is here to signal which ways of growth and joy are left to be explored for you right now. Empress essential energy. Yes, so this is a very important point for you to take in what's coming your way, to open up to receiving, to open up for the information that you are receiving. You are receiving a lot. So that's why also you might be a little overwhelmed. Like, I don't want to receive any more and then close. But what your inner compass wants you to know is it's time to open. Trust me, it's time to open. The fact that you are seeing the dark places, it's not because you're open and receiving all this dark kind of energy of your environment, it's more because you are closing. And then you're not allowing the light to come in, to shine a light into those dark situations. So when you open to receive what the universe has in store for you, you will be able to transform what you thought the universe had in store for you up until now. It's very important. So right now, it's very important for you to also make time to sit around and receive. So you are in every other card, you're walking into action, doing things, learning, experiencing the joy, working. I will go into the devil card right now, but working a lot with your passion, with your movement, with your callings, with everything. There's a lot of movement. And in the center is where you receive, where you sit down and you receive. So this is your grounding place. When you don't know which direction to go, it's time to sit down and receive, because you move a lot. You've moved a lot of energy around you. And this energy comes from passion, comes from the heart, comes from this calling to bring love to your environment. But when are you making time for receiving? Right? So this is why this is the central energy, for you to acknowledge that it's important to make time for receiving. And with the devil card, this is how do you talk to those dark places that you find within yourself and within your environment? How can you be present for those without shame, without bringing old mind states or beliefs? And old can be even from the past year. How can you transform your beliefs from the past year to bring a new perspective into a certain situation? How has your mind transformed and bringing new perspective to a certain situation? And it's very important that, yes, you have a lot of passion. For you to be certain that you're walking in a good direction, it's very important for you always to connect with your heart. As long as you're doing that, as long as you're doing things from a place of love for yourself and others, there's nothing that can be called out as wrong, as shameful. Things look different from the outside sometimes, and not everyone around us understands why we do the things we do. And they can also point a finger and say and reduce it to a certain idea they have of the things we do. But you know when you put your heart into a situation, you know you've done it. You know why you do it. So this is what is going to bring you peace. The fact that you're always connecting with your heart, even though there's a lot of movement, a lot of passion, a lot of energy, you're moving a lot of things, you're doing a lot of things, you're calling people out, maybe you're moving a lot of energy around you. And then people might just feel triggered because of this. So if you're doing it from a place of love, that's the point, right? It's not bad at all to trigger people. We, as human beings, have this experience of being triggered and triggering other people. But any time that a trigger comes up is a huge moment of an opportunity of transformation, of healing these parts. So you're not a bad person because you triggered something in someone. You're doing your thing. You're walking with the heart and with passion. And that's an honorable thing to do. If other people get triggered, it's their time to do the work also. Okay? Knight of Swords is, you want to move fast, you want to move focused, you want to move forward, you want to have this drive, this energy that's, sometimes you might even feel that it's you creating the storms. And sometimes you might be actually creating the storms So anytime that you are setting up the stage for a storm, you have to know in your heart if you're ready also to work with the energy that comes out from that storm. Okay? Because storms are also like, they come in, they clean up, they wipe out, they water everything, and then the sun comes out and it gives a place for a whole of new energy, right? So it's not a bad thing in itself, a storm, right? But as I was saying, you might feel overwhelmed by all these storms. And what I just want to mention now is that sometimes it's even you that it's creating them. And then you might feel shame because of that. No, it's not shame. It's the storm is not bad. There's a reason for the storm to be there. And for you to step into this conflicting environment in your heart with those around you, in communication, in your passions, all kind of encountering each other. When you are creating this environment, it's very important for you to know that you are ready for it. If you're not ready for encountering a storm, sit down with the Empress energy and say, okay, I don't have to move the world, I don't have to move things right now, but I need to feel something, and that's why I'm being called to move things. What if I don't move things and I just sit down and receive? Okay, so sometimes you will have a calling to move and out and move things around you, and sometimes you have to listen to yourself just to say, am I ready for this movement, or shall I just, for today, for a few days, for a few minutes, for a few seconds, sit down and receive first? Okay, and the Seven of Swords is how are you, after this storms, after this devil card, after all these ideas, how can you integrate this and honor your own path, your own truth, find your own truth without, again, the ideas that are coming in from the environment and telling you, no, you should have done this, you should check things in this way, this is how things are done better. How can you feel and find alignment with your own energy again and again after every storm? After every storm, where is your place of alignment? Where is your heart and your mind aligned? How do you realign these things day by day, day by day? Because things change. Things change. So it's not, you are so misaligned, right? It's natural that we get out of our like best alignment because things are changing, things are evolving, we are evolving. So we are constantly being called to, and especially with all these storms and with all this exploration that you're doing, yeah, there might be even a need for constant reevaluation of, okay, let me see, let me check in with myself. How are things going? How am I moving? Is this still aligned? What things are, can I transform today to realign? Okay? I'm going to see that it's still recording and then draw the compass for you. So this is a very exciting part, the last part of this reading, which is the compass. Let's look at your inner compass. And I'm excited because I see so, like, this is a very beautiful path. I see a beautiful movement, a beautiful soul trying things out and exploring the world. And I'm curious to know your inner compass because of what I see already. Okay, community. Yeah, not impress the artist. Yeah, well. Gather. Totally. And blocked. Okay. Totally, yes. Okay. So, it's beautiful because every time I do this reading, I find these polarities. We have the community card in the top and we have the gather card in the bottom. We have the artist card in the right, and we have the blocked card in the left. So this is an inspired energy here, and this is a uninspired energy. This is a group energy on top, and this is your own place that you make for yourself. And if you see, the cards on top are very aligned with the cards on the bottom. So here I was talking about this two dual page energy, and you find this again, right, with the students and these two kids meeting each other, learning from each other, and we can find also the opposites here, the black and white I was talking about. In this case is intuition and matter. How can you join your own intuition and integrate it with the material realm that other puts in front of you? And how can you also do the same from your matter side? How can you integrate it with the intuition that someone brings to your life? It's a constant integration process of spirit and matter, and I'm so excited. I'm sorry if my English is not so good right now, but as I said, I was looking forward to see your compass, and it's a very, as any compass, is very aligned and makes a lot of sense. So you might find times in which you are called to be in this community situation, and then that you might have times in which you are called to be with yourself. And it's always a decision process. It's not what I was saying before. It's not that one decision has to be the decision you make the rest of your life. No, it's good to make a decision to move and be in social situations for a while, and then when that's enough, to go back to yourself, to your center, and to gather the information that you got from these social situations and integrate how the project is going, how the situation is advancing, how the wish of all are growing, if they are growing in a good direction, if everyone is being taken into account in this collaboration, and you gather, and if you feel that you are taken into account, because also sometimes what might drive you back to this gathering force is the Five of Wands. Passions that are being confronted with each other. But when you walk into your own being, it's like, it's not that it's bad, as I was saying, that these storms are created. It's a natural process for us then to integrate and to grow from those experiences. When people trigger each other, it's time to go back to yourself and ask yourself, why am I triggered in this situation? What has triggered me from this communal environment? What has it moved in me? Okay? And then this is why it's very valuable to go back to ourselves. Okay? And then the way out of being back to ourselves, from yourself, is two ways. You have this way of the Knight of Swords, like I'm going to create a storm. And as I said, it's not bad in itself. It's just a way that you know how to get out. I'm going to create this fast movement. Okay, let me not call it storm, but fast movement, fast moving energies, focus. This is what I want. This is what, and this actually, this energy is walking you in the 10 of Cups direction, right? But it's again the place where you have to find the rainbows in the storm. Okay, and your inner compass, what it's going to do, and it's going to do it for you and others around you, is to block this energy. So you will feel blocked. You will feel blocked by the situation, by the environment, by yourself. Because sometimes it can be you're feeling this force moving you forward, and it's okay, we can just take 3% of the force. The universe can just take a part of the force. And because also, if you would use all this force in moving forward, then you would be left without force to continue your journey. So the universe is saying, no, okay, just 3% of that, please, and the rest, you find out what to do with it. And then so the universe is not responding the way you want, but it's okay. It's a skillful process. And with that voice, you say, okay, I find the rainbows, and then I walk back to the page energy, in which, okay, I now have something to learn from this experience. Learn also again in social situations. So this is one way out of what you integrate. The other way out from gathering the information that you get from the social situations is through aligning. So you go back, you say, why is this triggered in me? Is this aligned with my own beliefs, my values, my heart? Is this aligned? You align yourself, and then you walk into this artist energy, which is beautiful, right? You walk into this creation state. You want to be seen, which is also a very honorable thing, to be seen, and because we are able to see other people, we are also have the right and the yearning to be seen. So you're creating things for others to appreciate, to enjoy, to also to be seen. It's not like, I want to be on the stage, I want to be this artist for everyone to see me. It's a way of giving people things. There's much more in being seen than just being seen. It's giving people things, and this is the main movement. When you move into this artist energy, it's not to be seen. It's to be seen is part of it, and sometimes the calling comes from this need to be seen. But the deeper need is to share something, is to give something to the world. And combined here with the devil and your passions, this is beautiful. It's beautiful, especially after this alignment you've done, right? And from this energy that you're going from yourself with your passions, your artistry, you're stepping up and then bonding with others with the Three of Pentacles and going back to the community, okay? And the way back to yourself from the community is, again, the Empress card. So your middle point is always the Empress card. How can you, and it's always the way you can go walk in from any direction, right? Like, okay, I'm done being by myself and integrating my own ideas and all. How can I put myself in the middle and receive? Receive. What do I have to receive from the world? Okay, I feel blocked. I'm done with this, and how can I just sit down and receive? Because I felt that I couldn't move forward in the way I wanted. Okay, I'm an artist, I'm creating, I'm passionate, and so on, and I'm giving so much of myself to the world, and I'm not receiving what I want. But are you? Maybe you are. You just have to sit down and listen and receive. And again, I'm in this community, I'm learning a lot, and a lot of ideas are going in all directions, and we're sharing a lot of things. Can you integrate them? When you feel there's a lot of processes and information going around, how can you receive that information? So this is your center, and this is your compass. And I want you to remember that for the next laps in your life where you seem to be walking in this 4 directions. This compass is going to make more sense also in situations in which you are finding yourself having to make choices, because it's when you're going to see it directly. If you forget about the choosing process, the compass doesn't also come to the surface. So whenever you're in a choosing process, go back to this energy, go back to this configuration that you have within yourself, honor it, and make the best decision from there. Okay? I'm so happy to have found this in you and see you. And yeah, just stay around, share, like, subscribe. I'm honored to have you in this community. So I wish you all the best. Thank you.